my background is in counseling, but my background also is in law enforcement. So I say that to you guys that as a bystander sitting here, and I don't want to put you down, but as a bystander sitting here, it really looks bad. I mean, I know we all lose our temper and things like that, but sometimes you gotta walk away. Sometimes you gotta walk away. People can get hurt. Something as innocent as what just happened could cause somebody else to get hurt. It's the same thing when our kids go out. They may just innocently hit somebody and think, oh, I just punched them, but that person will fall down, hit their head and die. Then you got a bigger issue on your hand, correct? So, as I stated, I would like to come into your community, have a meeting, but bring somebody to deal with conflict. That's something I can do. Thank you for listening.
Now, can I ask a question? What is the age group of the kids that?
13 to 18.
What's your age group? Is it 13 to 17?
Mike, you ought to have that committee serious, man. You ought to get a card.
You know, I want to get into it.
There you go. Give Mike a business card.
I will. It's 13 to 17.
All right, I want to get into it.
It's not a problem. Your officer right here has all the information, and he can get in contact with me. We have already exchanged.
Okay.
Sheila, I just want to say one thing. The meeting that we went to the other week, me and myself and Mr. Brundage and Chief Hills, was very good. It was very informative. The one over in Derby.
Yes.
Very good.
Yes, you guys have been on
Yeah,
for the last
yeah.
I'll give you another
Okay,
job.
thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. All right. Anything else under public safety?
Parks and Recreation.
Now, and then, in the interest of time, we're already kind of going over, so I'm going to defer on Parks and Recreation.
No, I have a comment on Parks and Recreation.
Okay, now that's public safety. Wait a minute.
He said he's done with that, but I have a question.
Go ahead.
What are we doing about the summer camp for the children?
Can I answer
That'll come
that?
under recreation, Parks and Recreation, or public
That's what
safety?
We're
we
going to
are.
defer to
We're on
Ms.
public
Brown.
safety. All right, now let's get into recreation. Go ahead.
I'll just ask my question.
Okay.
Okay.
Council's
camp.
going to have to make a decision on that because the summer camp did not comply with the rules and regulations that council voted on. Council voted that all monies be turned into the borough, that a bank account be set up, and that the expenditures be made through that. That's not my rule, that's the law, because only a bonded borough employee can do this. And Angie Smith refused to do it, Tonette refused to do it, and we have jeopardized, let me finish. You asked for an answer. Let me finish.
Finish up. Go ahead.
We are raising our liability, number one. Number two, we are breaking the law. You cannot have a resident collect money and not turn it into a borough bank account. If she wants to, so it was a free camp.
Pretty much.
Well, $30 a
It
kid.
was $25.
Okay, well, the changes, see what we mean? There's no records, and right now, that summer camp is under investigation.
So the money has to be turned.
Right now, that whole operation is under investigation. So,
The money has to be turned into a bonded person, right?
Waivers were not turned in.
So if we're gonna have summer camp, we gotta figure out as council.
Something about the children.
Yeah, it's always a problem.
All of
Girl
you
Scouts,
fight
everything.
everything.
That's not true. We have a youth police academy. We didn't fight that, okay? We didn't fight the Girl Scouts. We require,
And they don't need Paula's permission to do that.
can I have the floor, please? You have Girl Scouts meeting in a firehouse every Tuesday, and we have no background checks, and there's no facility use agreement. Do you really, of the firehouse members? Of the firehouse members? Do the parents know? Do the parents know? Who's over there?
Y'all one at a time. One at a time.
Third question.
You have to turn it into the borough because we insure it. We pay their insurance. You must turn it in.
Go answer the phone call.
My third question
ahead,
is, this should be a decision of council.
That's
Why
exactly
is
right.
the employee telling the
Exactly right.
employers
Telling y'all
what
you
they
shouldn't even be
cannot
here. She shouldn't
do?
even be
Because you don't comprehend the law, that's why.
Because what?
Hey,
Do you understand that children should not be around sexual offenders? Do you understand that?
go ahead. Are you done, Patricia?
We are liable.
Go ahead.
Do you know who's over there? Do you?
Wait a minute.
I think
Let her
you
do
ought to
her
tell the
report, then we'll have
parents.
questions. Go ahead, Mara.
Come to my meeting.
I will.
Wait a minute.
And I'll come with the background check.
Every time someone steps
You
up,
are jeopardizing the borough.
positive and
That's not positive.
doesn't have anything to do.
You're not protecting the children. You are not protecting the children. You're not. You can't.
Hey, I got something, I want to talk about. I want to do something for the children, it's gonna be real easy. Okay.
Freddie, I had my hand
Alright,
up.
cool, go ahead, your turn.
We had a state grant for 6 years to run the Colwyn art camp. Once it ended, we didn't get another grant because because of the state having their crunches, so we did not get another one. But we have always followed the rules to the law. But anything that I have established or done, it was all wrong, it was illegal, or that's not it. Because in order to have the camp, we didn't have Colwyn guidelines, we had the state guidelines. And when the state gives you money, you have to follow their rules. And when we closed out that grant, that's what we did. We followed the rules. Now, if they're charging $25, we never made money off the camp. And the way that our employee go back and forth between us, who wants to come? When you have community, this is what we've been trying to get. When you have community who is involved
willing
and free.
Volunteer.
Okay, because we did pay somebody to run our camp when we had
That's right.
our grant.
That's right. Not
This just didn't come out of my head or whatever. So we, not only that, we had the state, we had 2 feeding programs, and I was suggesting they go back to the state. The state gave us money to feed the community.
Yes.
Every time that camp comes up, it just doesn't feed the campers. It's open for any child to come
That's
for
right.
breakfast, any child to come for lunch
And snack.
and a snack.
That's right.
And we put the money out and we got reimbursed. So everything has been torn down. Y'all got to start looking at this. If we are moving forward, you got to look at what's being torn down. It wasn't nothing
Mr.
wrong
President,
with that camp.
may I- Mr. President.
Freddie's next.
Go ahead. You had a question for me?
Go ahead, Fred.
Go ahead, Master, your turn.
Yeah, I'm saying, what you mean is saying, how can we build that for the children? How can we go by and do it? How can we?
We
Mr.
can do
President, answer
it.
that?
I mean,
You
Mr.
want to answer
President,
that
answer?
question?
If you want to do that, you can do that separate. They were separate from the borough this
No, they
year.
weren't.
They had nothing to do. They turned in no money.
No, they
They
weren't.
turned in no parental permission slips. They did not comply with what you all voted
didn't all
on.
vote on it.
Okay?
We didn't
You
vote
did.
on it. No,
And
we
you
didn't.
did.
No, we did not.
You did. There's a resolution stating that. Now, every time I go to answer, I can't answer the question. They jump
Because
in.
the way she is now.
They violated the resolution.
She's the same
Okay?
way with the residents.
Now, if you want to do it the way you did it, fine.
Just the way
But you have to take the Colwyn name off of it because you're going to
Then
get
the
sued.
Colwyn comments would have to
You're
take
going to
the
have to take the name off.
Colwyn
We're not
comments
insuring
have to take
it. If they can't comply with the law and do the background checks and turn in the money, you just can't, a municipality.
You don't have control. We can't have.
No, but this is the real world. You have to be a bonded employee to touch money. Why do you think she's under, they're all under investigation? They are. They are. You can't pay cash. You can't just pay cash and not have any
I
accountability.
want to tell everybody,
I got all
Go
the
ahead.
we don't need any state grants. okay, we got the Berlin Wall at the bottom of Thatcher Avenue, that fence, okay, and I found out how the fence was put up, okay? It's put up on borough property, okay, to enhance a business, and the guy actually uses our property, okay? It's a park, it's called Floyd Park. There's a barbed wire fence down there, okay? There's a sign that says, don't come in after dark. Look, I used to be able to get in parks. I couldn't come into that
All
place
park
during the daylight.
signs have that.
Okay, fine, this is just an example, okay? Now, this fence needs to be removed. This property needs to be given back to the children of the community, okay? And the gate that goes across the public street, okay, needs to be removed right now, and all we need is council to cooperate, so somebody who came into this town, to enhance his own personal business, okay, can't continue to get away with it.
Fred, that's on the agenda, buddy.
That's on the agenda, but I'm just
Very
telling you,
good. I
that's
understand.
the issue at hand, and it's gonna all help the children out without getting a state grant, by doing the right thing.
Can I say something about that?
Go ahead.
Okay. If you remember when you were a child and going down there and starting little fires, not you, but other kids, and you no. The model company was being vandalized. The other people down there were being vandalized. The police, we don't have that many, were down there putting too much time into it. It came before council, council voted to allow it to be put up. What year?
Could you give us the date for that so we can look in the
You go
minutes?
look it up.
Okay, it's a great
You got
big
all day.
mistake,
Well,
okay?
turn over the
What it looks
minutes
like
and
to
we'll look
me
it up.
is the continued corruption, in this borough.
Tell us when.
Get the minutes off.
Can you give me a
You
year?
allow a business person to steal ground off the kids of
Who
this
is talking
community.
about
That's what you
stealing
did. That's what you did.
You
The ground is inaccessible
asked us
to
to
the
do
kids of this
it.
community.
US model has Constantine wire up there because they were being damaged and the kids were vandalizing it. It's their business.
It has to do, tell them to buy a camera, take the fence off
Right.
public property, and take,
Now-
Now you're gonna keep those police officers down there all the
what
time.
the police are, what I'm gonna order.
US Model asked us to take the fence down, Martha, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay?
They contacted us.
Please.
All right, let's get
It
into the
came
regular
from
meeting.
council. He sat on that council. It was voted on.
Produce the minutes.
All right.
Get him off the call. She's
Ready
not
for the
done.
regular
This
meeting?
meeting,
Not
please.
anywhere.
If you don't want to have a
Okay. On to the regular meeting, stand for the pledge of allegiance.
Can we have a 5-minute break? We were promised one at
Now,
the
let's get
end.
this thing rolling, man.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all. Brief moment of silence for the sick and deceased of the Borough of Colwyn. May be seated. Let's start with roll call.
Mayor Blue,
I have a question. Why?
Mr. McLean, Jackie is in.
Isn't she supposed to be the recording secretary?
Mr. Rodriguez,
I'm sorry.
Mrs. Williams,
I'm here.
Mrs. Van Auken,
I'm here.
Mrs. Prey,
I'm here.
President Muser,
I'm here.
Mr. Brundage,
Present.
Vice President Kamara, Mr. Lesher.
I'm here.
I'm here. Sarita Jackson.
Here.
Thank you. I understand we don't have the minutes, so we'll defer them to next meeting.
Can I add a question? I thought that when we met with the Act 47 people, they
Right.
said that we would have our agendas a week before. They would just put in our
I think
boxes
we're going to have a
today.
special meeting. I'll announce that on April, when is it, April the
April
7th?
7th.
April
So you
7th,
mean coming
Martha.
up till April, we're not gonna get these agenda till?
You
That'll be for the
had your
regular
agenda a
council
week
meeting.
before. It's been posted publicly. The only thing that changed on the agenda was the minutes were taken off because we don't have the minutes done.
Okay, thank you. All right, next will be, I'm not even going to comment.
All right,
We're going to
just
go
to
right
the
into the solicitor's report.
The only report that we have for this month is we are continuing to work with the DECD with regard, and the borough manager with regard to the Act 47 status.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Motion to approve the solicitor's report.
just want to talk to her.
Motion to approve the solicitor's
I
report.
got that. I wouldn't do it for Mr. McLean, but
All
I
right.
would do it for the young
And
lady.
second, go ahead. All in favor, we need a roll call vote?
Excuse me,
Go
you
ahead.
guys have on the agenda for each item, you have a place for residents to have comments or questions.
Oh, we didn't do
But
it.
you're going through it.
Oh, you want to
Oh,
talk
okay.
to Solicitor? If you
All right,
want
let's back up. Let's go to public comment. Let's get public comment out of the
You
way.
can go backwards.
Tell them they can do public comment
What
on
is
agenda
it?
items only.
Go ahead, we can do public comment now on the agenda items only. Go ahead. Go ahead, public. There should be a list on the podium.
No? No public? Okay.
Public comment?
All right, then let's go
All right,
back
now we
in.
got the engineer's report.
So we got
want to do
Jesse.
Mr. Rodriguez.
Hold on, hold on, hold
Wait a
on.
minute, there's so many people talking here.
Jesse made the
You wonder
motion.
why I get
Freddie
frustrated.
seconded.
Motion made.
To accept
seconded
the
on
solicitor's report.
Yeah, I already did that.
Okay.
Right, all in favor?
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Opposed?
All right.
Motion
man.
carries.
Home run.
Now into the
Next, now
engineer.
we'll go to the engineer, my friend Alex.
Okay, just like to highlight a couple of things that occurred during the previous month. For the William Penn School District, Bus Depot, we need the stormwater management agreement to be executed. We had that forwarded to the borough manager, and she forwarded, I believe, to the school district, and we're still waiting upon that
Yes.
agreement.
We're waiting.
We're still waiting also for the copy of the recorded amended plans by the school district.
Yes, they have not dropped them off yet.
For the 204 Walnut Street demolition project, the borough approved that the previous month. Contractor was given a notice to proceed. He already installed security fencing. He's
Where? Where's the fencing?
around the property. He installed that. He's contacted utilities as far as getting the utility shut off. He's anticipating demolition to occur the week of March 23rd and completion by April 10th.
You're the man. You're the man.
For the sanitary sewer repair that was done by SWRP, the project has been done. We would like to recommend that the council make payment in the amount of $11,250 for that work.
We already voted.
If we can approve the bills.
And I guess, and last is the Fourth Street Bridge sidewalk. I don't recall the